What's good, YouTube family, Pretty Pink family? It's your girl Jay back with Pretty Pink Philosophies. And on this episode of Pretty Pink Philosophies, I wanted to discuss open enemies and me not being able to identify what an open enemy was as a kid up until my adulthood. Um, but pretty much like the signs, like I see now, it's a lot of people that like to throw the brick and then hide their hand. But what's the unexpected, unbelievable part? It be people that you know, and you be wanting to be like, but I'm not even in competition with you. So why are you competing with me? Like, why is it everything that you do has to be a one up on me? Do what you do. That's not bothering me at all. Me, I'm in competition with myself because I want to be better than my last record. My last, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the record was in, whether it was a video game, a sport, or whatever, I wanted to beat myself. I always been in competition with myself. Me getting to my higher self, vibing higher than what I, you know what I'm saying, was previously. Not saying I never vibe low, but you know when you're around low vibrational people, you become one with the crowd. And I wasn't trying to do that, but I didn't. I wasn't taking heed as a little kid, but then like I saw it, I never addressed it. My problem was speaking up. I always bit my tongue, but it's one in particular, and like I said, I didn't take notice of it, but I did. You know what I'm saying? Little shiesty things growing up to myself. I'm guilty, but then it was like I had to play the game that they was playing until I learned how to master the game, and then I didn't have to play the game anymore. I just let them play by themselves. Um, But it was one in particular. It was a sibling of mine that I still don't understand why they was in competition with me. Everybody loved them. Everybody gave them the attention. I think the problem was with that sibling is that not only did that sibling want attention and power, that sibling also wanted knowledge. But knowledge was to be gained, not given. I mean, they can give it out, but it was up to him to record, them to record in their mind, let it embed in their mind that knowledge and keep close to it, but know how to use it in a good way. So I never took heed to it growing up, but like everybody know me. If you don't know, I'm a daddy's girl, so any chance I had to go to my daddy house, I was gone. If they allowed me to, I was gone. But like the sibling used to go to my grandparents' house or whatever, and it's two different sides. Everybody different, ain't now family the same or whatever. So like growing up, some people identify my dad's side is the rough side, and my mom's side is like the Miss Goody Two Shoe side, which played a part, but they messy too. In both sides messy, so it wasn't no, it ain't no difference, it ain't no label, but to them, some will label it as that. But like, I remember, growing up, some older people, you know, kids are curious, right? So I ain't gonna say to make a joke, but like if they had a gum problem or a baby had a toothache, some old people used to take and dip they finger in some whiskey and rub it across their gum just to kill the pain for them. You know what I'm saying? So they won't be in pain. Well, now, is that the right way? No, but that's just what they did back in those times. But then, like, even with beer, a little swig of beer, Like, you want to taste that right there. So my daddy was one of those. So my daddy had, first he was a Budweiser drinker. And I ain't gonna say his first mistake, but his mistake around this one sibling was to give me alcohol. Because this one sibling, man, it's been, okay, this weekend, he used to store negative shit. It's run tell that. He was a run tell that type of person. Alright, bet. So, I'm to notice stuff. So, the following weekend come up, like, let's go to Granddaddy house. Granddaddy be letting us drive, this, that, and the third. And me, I'm excited because I'm only thinking about, oh, you get to drive. You know what I'm saying? You go round the lawnmowers, cutting the grass. That was fun back then. That was fun. Alright. But no, it was a trap. It was a trap to get me to Granddaddy house so he can say, yeah, Granddad, my daddy gave her some beer and she drank it for me to get my ass whooped. You brought me down here to snitch on me to get my ass whooped. Okay, bet. So, like I said, I did shicey shit, but what I was gonna tell is I didn't want him to be around my daddy's side of the family. I didn't. Now, if he do it now, then that's up to him. But even then, if he wanted to do it then, it wouldn't be for a good cause because he used to do the same things that my mama used to do, and that was talk shit about my daddy's side of the family, which is his family as well. But he chose his side. Like he chose, but now it's like he straddles the fence on both sides. He just want the attention, but you can have it because I don't need it. I don't want it. I don't need it. If that's what you need to get by and how you live, get it how you live, my friend. But don't expect me to be the butt of your jokes for you to feel some type of superior within yourself. That seems to be a personal problem. You're having a power struggle because you thinking you have power over me. Back then, yeah, you did. Now, fuck out of here. No, no, hell no. But it's crazy because it's like it's not just him. Like I said, that's why I said siblings, because it's more than one him. But it's it's the fact when they know they did you wrong, and the fact that they are a man, they can't seem to wrap around their head that you not fucking with them. And they think because they're a man, they're dominant, they're alpha. Not all men are alpha, and not all men are dominant. But the fact that they think that you're supposed to submit, you're supposed to agree with what they say. What they say is right. No, I do not. I don't at all. I don't have to agree with shit you would any other man say. Now, if it flows with my spirit, that's what I go with. But the shit y'all been doing since childhood up until now, and still continue to do, because I kind of had an interesting conversation on the phone with some relatives. No, it's not gonna happen. I see what you're doing. It's still not gonna happen. You're gonna go around because I'm not talking to you. You're gonna go to the daddy side of the family, the people you know I really rock with. Not all of them, but you know the ones that I do rock with. You want to go and try to stir up shit again? You just haven't learned your lesson, have you? You just ain't gonna learn. But you know what? It's not for me to teach you. It's for you to learn on your own. But with that being said, I'm gonna continue to love my relatives from a distance, at a distance, and I'm not regretful about it. But I'm gonna tell you something interesting. Like I said, used to set me up. Go to Granny House, man. I get my ass toe up like, oh yeah, I see what tight time you on. Mm-hmm. But but I always forgave. You know what I'm saying? I always forgave. And then he could bait me so good. You know what I'm saying? Get me to try something just to do it again. He liked it seeing me get my ass whooped. He loved to see me get my ass whooped. I cried when getting the ass whooping. Oh, he didn't cry. He used to just eat that shit. But then he can run away. He can get on his bike and just run away. Okay, bad. Okay, bad. I got something for that. I got something for that. So I would never call him out on his shit because my thought process, the way I was raised type process, You was supposed to. I mean, I looked at as long as they're older than me, they supposed to know right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, how the hell is that? Because when growing up, they used to leave us at the house. I was always the one who was left in charge, and I'm not. Oh, this he is. Oh, mm, it's a maturity thing. I'm way far advanced in maturity than he is, but we're not gonna speak on that because I think if we bring maturity up around this person, mm, it probably been a whole different ball game. But either or way, it really don't even matter. So, but with that being said, like I'm gonna talk about now as we got older. He's a product of his mother. They're gossip folks. They love drama. They love keeping everybody in business. They try to get up close. I don't give a fuck if it's just a milliliter of a piece of your business. If it's a milliliter, they're gonna scratch it to an inch from an inch. To half a foot to a yard meters, a whole football field. They're gonna scratch it just to have something to tell somebody about you. But I ain't talking about what they got going on. They like, cause what they got going on, they don't want they don't want people to hear about this shit, especially if it's something that's incriminating to them. They don't want nobody laughing at them, but you want somebody laughing at me or anybody else, but mainly me. I don't give a fuck. I'ma laugh. I'ma laugh with you if it's true. I'ma laugh with you. If it ain't, I'ma still laugh. Cause you know why? In my head, my thought process is thinking like, damn, you had to go all the way out your way to make up this type of lie, or just to say anything, just to get somebody to fuck with you. But hell no, no. Brandy said in the movie House Party, if they don't like it when you're being yourself, fuck them. That's what he said. He said, fuck them. But man, so as I got older, I was married. My kid's dad. We had a little situation went on in our marriage, and like the closest person to me that knew kind of something, cause him and my sibling used to share jobs. So like, some just like ask this sibling because there's no way in hell he not know what's going on, and they work at the same place. But in my mind, like this nigga probably talked this nigga into doing this shit because he don't give a fuck. He just like his mama, he don't give a fuck. But then when I asked him, like, no, I didn't know nothing about it. How you didn't know nothing about it? Cause you went instead of you coming telling me about what was going on at y'all job with my husband. You went and told your mama. What the fuck do your mama got to do with anything going on? For one, your mama not married. I barely don't care to trust you with any information, and you married. I feel sorry for your situation because I know everything about you, and I could tell on you. But guess what? It's not my place. And then on top of that, you gonna tell on yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it to you, leave it to you to tell on yourself. Oh Jesus, Jesus. But back to the meddling. So he was meddling, right? All right. Mind you, I never stood up to this person. I never told this person about themselves. I never ripped him a new asshole. No nothing. I felt like because he was older, he was supposed to get that respect, this, that, and the third. But then it's like, oh, I have a conversation with somebody even older, and I tell him what I feel, and it's like, okay, now I see why he the way he is. It's y'all thinking process. It's how y'all process shit. And what y'all think is right, and what y'all feel is right, but y'all know it ain't right, but you still do it anyway. Mm. Okay, I got it. So, like I said, he's a gossip boss. So when I go without talking to him for a while, he'll call me. Yeah, such and such got this, that, and the third going on. Why is it when you call me, it can't be how you doing, how the boys doing, just checking in on y'all, making sure y'all didn't need anything, none of that. No, it's never none of that. It's never. Conversations from family, relatives, never ever come like that. That's how I know they don't care. It's all about the information and shit that they can get and carry. They said, dog, something about carry a bone. Anyway, but that was the whole purpose of it. So he called, and the scenario he giving off sounds similar to what I was going, well, what I had went through. I'm not going through it anymore, but what I was going through in my situation. So he was like, yeah, two siblings. One time I ain't never tell them when they was coming to my house with all those different dudes and blah 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 blah. They want to go behind my back and tell my girl about me and the stuff that I was doing. Blah 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 blah. But then my sibling, all of them are my siblings. But the one that I'm speaking about has the audacity then to come out and say, after he tell me the story, has the audacity to come out and say, yeah, that girl knew better than to tell that boy business like that or whatever the case may be. But I was like, how can you speak on something when you do it your damn self? When I say it was so much, it was like an awkward silence. It's like he couldn't even say shit. Exactly. Because now I'm finna put you in your place. And then, right after we had that conversation on the phone, I probably had maybe one or two more conversations with him on the phone. Then I blocked him because it's like, only time you call my phone is to talk about people. Talk about yourself before you talk about somebody else, because you experiencing a whole lot more shit than what other people going through too, if not the same shit that other people going through. But yet you want to keep pointing the fucking finger out like it ain't three point back at you. Get your shit together, sweep around your own front door before you try to sweep around mine or anybody else's. Just because you the oldest don't mean you know shit. Just because you the oldest don't mean you can tell people how to do shit, because you still doing some fucked up shit yourself. And the fact that you married and you doing some of the same old shit that these people doing, again, let's talk about yourself before you talk about somebody else and why you worried about what everybody else got going on. It's more so these them people right there are like I said, they throw the brick and hide their hand. But at the same time, they don't want to be put up for hum, humiliation. They don't want to be humiliated, but they want to do the humiliating though. But then when confronted, they lie. Then when you catch them in a lie, they try to scatter like roaches, and they're going to any everybody that they know you don't really care for, but do care for, but just to tell them what's going on so they can get them to side with them. I wouldn't give a flying flip, nothing. If you can go, that's just like you going to Jesus and trying to tell Jesus everything that you did, and you want Jesus to justify your actions by not punishing you. But then Jesus say something like, well, on this day, I seen you meddling, and you was diving in something that you didn't have no business diving in. Can you explain that? No, they're not gonna be able to explain it. The first thing they're gonna say, well, she did this or she did that or he did this and he did that. It's the blame game. He not looking for answers of what you feel like he did, she did, they did. He want to know what you did. What was your role in it? And first and foremost, why was you even in it in the first place? Why did you even insert yourself somewhere you didn't belong? So the interesting conversation that I had with a relative yesterday, it's always the elder trying to tell you, we need to get, you need to get your life right. Me get my life right. Why is it that I have to get my life right? For as long as I remember, I have been trying to live my life right. I might not do the shoulda, woulda, couldas like everybody else, but I do have my shoulda, woulda, couldas that I wish if I could turn back the time and go back and do it again, I could, but I can't. That's it. But I gave people the opportunity to do whatever they feel. It's their life. They gonna do whatever they feel anyway. Just like me, I'm doing what I feel is best for me. And what's best for me is to not be around people that's been snaking me my whole life up until my adulthood. And that's crazy because I seen you as a child doing this shit, but you as a whole grown ass man with more children than a little bit, you still playing middle school, elementary, high school games. And you already know when it came to games, I mastered that shit. That's why we used to have so many fights growing up because I used to beat your ass in games. I used to get mad, throw the controllers at the TV, be ready to fight me, ready to choke me out, ready to beat me in the back and all that shit. Why? Because I beat you in the game. Your game at that. You feel? Your ego was bruised, but I think you thought I was targeting your ego intentionally. No, but as I got older, I realized that I don't like people who have egos. I don't. I don't associate people who have egos. At least I try not to. Once I can sense it, I move accordingly. I move around because a person that's moving out of their ego, you can't tell them shit. They know everything. And I've been around a lot of people growing up that moved in their ego. So I stayed to myself. They're like, if anybody say I was quiet, it's the truth. I was. I didn't. I held my tongue on everything. Because you can't tell these people nothing. And they're very spiteful. A person moving in their ego is very, very, very vindictive. Very spiteful. And they will do anything. And I do mean anything to make you feel low of yourself, as long as they getting that thrill of the moment, but it doesn't last long. But yeah, but beating that, I felt good with standing up for him, standing up to him. Oh, that felt cold right now. I felt good standing up to him. Did it scare me? Hell yeah, it scared me because it's like I cared about people's feelings and what they thought. So like I said, I bit my tongue for so many years, but it's like these motherfuckers won't bite their tongue for you. They gonna tell you whatever it is just because they want you to feel some type of way. And only thing they really had on me that made me feel some type of way is the fact that I wasn't their size. I always been a big girl. I always had hips and butts and thighs and shit. So the name calling kind of got, I'm gonna say I got comfortable with the name calling. I was able to build a barrier of tough skin because it wasn't just coming from them; it was coming from a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? But then I understood now because I didn't understand then that kids and old people can be the most brutally honest people you go ever run across. And kids used to do it, so I understand. Am I worried about it? No. Was I worried about it then? I was. It poked at my self esteem. It poked at my confidence. But I'm big and beautiful, baby. I don't give a fuck who and who don't like it. Somebody like it. I like it. I love it. But it's just more so overcoming like more so people staying in their lane when they know they got hella hot waters to deal with in their life. Is more so when the heat is on them, they can't stand in the kitchen. They got to redirect the heat somewhere else. And guess who's the easiest target? I was. So I accepted for what it was. YouTube, Pretty Pink. I enjoyed you on this episode. I think I'm gonna name this episode. I ain't gonna say two birds with one stone. We'll say throw the brick and hide the hand. But we got a lot of episodes that would come in with those type of meanings, but different stories. I got hella stories. Um, but this about Pretty Pink. I want the Pretty Pink as well as the YouTube family. I want you guys to know me inside and out. Like, know my story, the things that I've been through, the things I have, conquered, things I have overcame, some things that I'm still battling with now that I'm trying to push forward and keep going because I feel like it's something from the past that wants to condemn me and hold me in one spot and not tear me down at the same time. And it's just I'm tired of generations of us as a unit or as a family anyway. I'm going to say unit because not all of us move like a family. Not all of us treat each other like relatives or blood. But I'm just tired of seeing the struggle. And not too many people want to do anything about it. This generational curse thing is stopping here. It's not going no further. Me going through therapy, and it's like, bro, learning dysfunction and what was dysfunctional. There's so many dysfunctional traits that you learn. I'm going through anger management. I didn't even know all of that shit exists, but then it's like, as I'm reading the definition of each dysfunction, it's like, this is my whole fucking family. Both sides. It's the whole family. It's not one or two people. It's the whole family. The whole family. But again, Finesse 2 times said best. It's cool if they do it. It's a problem if Jay do it. Fuck them. Birds of a feather. They flock together. That make them a sucker. Until next time. And we out. Peace.